What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Gene from Gray Matter Games. I'm back with another one. In the background, you can tell it's a little bit of Spider-Man Remastered, but we're not really going to talk about Remastered right now in the moment. We're going to talk about Marvel games that should have came out or should come out in the future, or hell, why haven't they made them? It's one of those kind of rants. A lot of these ideas came to me like while I was reading some comics. I'm not going to lie to you. If you could tell the difference in the mic quality, is that, well, I'm currently recording not from my home. As of this recording, I am staying at a friend's house getting ready for some finals. They're helping me tutor and all that stuff. And to be honest with you, I left my mic at home. I wasn't even thinking about recording this week. But the gameplay you see, it's some leftover gameplay that I've captured from last week. And I just decided to voice over it using my friend's mic. So this is probably going to be like a one-time thing or something. But hey, whatever. Let's get to it. Let's talk about what Marvel Studios have done correctly, which is Insomniac's game Spider-Man, Square Enix's Guardians of the Galaxy. And I'll be honest with you, I know I'm probably going to get roasted here. Although it was a terrible launch, its final product wasn't that bad. Marvel's Avengers. I didn't think it was really that bad, to be honest with you. Could it have been done better? Of course, it could have been done better. Did it deserve the hate it got at launch? Yeah, it did. Man, I was thinking about lunch. Wow. But you gotta at least, get ourselves out of the launch mentality and think about what has transpired since the game's release outside of the trash Spider-Man that we got in Marvel's Avengers. Honestly, the final product's not that bad. I believe that if the product came out the way it was, patched and fixed, we would have been a little bit more optimistic for the future. I will say that, But whatever. Moving along, let's talk about one of the biggest games, okay? I mentioned it in my intro to this channel, my very first YouTube video for this channel. I was like, hey, why don't we have a Daredevil game? Literally, why don't we have one? I don't think it's that hard to make. I mean, to be honest, and I'm not trying to disrespect the creators of Daredevil or any Daredevil fans. I'm not saying it in a disrespectful tone. I'm saying it out of just gameplay-wise. It would be like making Rocksteady's Batman without the gliding, without all the insane amount of gadgets, a lot more martial arts, a lot more, sneaky and beating up criminals and taking them down type of thing. But there's a lot of ideas that we can come up with, for this kind of game. We can use a lot of the comic accurate skins for Daredevil. We can give it that Insomniac Games level of creativity in terms of like storytelling. There's plenty of villains that are shared between the Marvel universe that Daredevil has used or has come across, including Kingpin. So we could throw Kingpin with Spider-Man or something, like a little cameo of Spider-Man in the Daredevil game or something. It's really not that far off, to be honest. Mechanically speaking, back to what I was saying, Daredevil, all he has to do is sneak around, similar to Batman, for the takedowns. Again, like I said, no gliding. Okay, great. The fighting mechanics would be just like the Insomniac games. It actually, I find it interesting that we don't have a Daredevil game. I really do. It actually surprises me. Because it doesn't have to be as big open world as the Insomniac game. Daredevil, for the sake of his first game, you can kind of Arkham Asylum that thing where you can just give him a small location. A small location that has an insane amount of exploration. Depth to the level design. But in terms of like free roaming, it could just be a very, straightforward game. It doesn't have to be New York itself, like the way Spider-Man games have done it, where you could just travel across like a really big map. It doesn't have to be like that. We can start small. We can throw Kingpin. We could throw some Electra cameos. We can throw in Bullseye. We can throw in, I gotta think at the top of my head. We could throw in some Iron Fist, assistance. Hell, if you want to make cameos to freaking Netflix, you could throw, you could throw Punisher in there as a side mission type of thing. It really, there's a lot of opportunities for Daredevil. to really show up in here. I really don't understand why we haven't had it. I really feel it in my heart. You can throw in the combat boosting from the oh, I think it's called the free flow system from the Arkham games. You could throw the free flow system in there. That would make a lot of sense for someone like Daredevil. In night modes, you can throw something like a detective vision for you know, something similar to the detective vision for Batman. Of course, Vision's a thing for freaking Daredevil. Like he's blind. I get that, but he does have an insane sensing. Like you know, his senses are like enhanced. So it's like we can come up with like different, you know, side missions that involve like investigating a robbery and try to find the people who robbed this thing and try to find the evidence and this and that using like your other senses. There is ideas we could come up with. I really do feel it in my heart. Like I really do feel it that we could do that. I think it's up to us, the fans, wanting it, begging for it. I mean, I could think of all the skins we can bring. Cause I'll be honest, I don't know if you guys saw that little She-Hulk trailer that they did at San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend, but they showed like a teaser to like the yellow suit for Daredevil, and I get it in the comics. That's like one of his first suits that he makes in general. But I mean, there's certain things on live action that don't flow well. It doesn't look well. You know, it just ugh. And I feel like we could do some justice with a suit like that in a video game. That's just my opinion, you know. Just like how I'd like to see the I forgot the name, but I'd like to see the one that's all red. It's like an all red suit with the no, not all red suit. It's an all black suit with the red D, and it's good. You know, there's ideas we could do. Another one we can make is we can make a Fantastic Four game. Like I've stated before, I'm a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. That handled it very well. We could make a Fantastic Four game. It could play just like Guardians of the Galaxy, with the exception of, instead of being locked to one character like Peter Quill, we can just, you know, have united missions where, you know, we'll play as one character and we can swap between them all. Swap between all four of the characters, and we could also have like individual missions where, oh, you know, this mission required just simply Human Torch. This stealth mission required Susan Storm and stuff like that. Like we can do missions like that. And with Reed Richard, I don't know. I know some people didn't like it, but I actually enjoyed the science stuff with Insomniac Spider-Man. I feel like we could add a couple of like chemistry, science type thingies with Reed Richards. I think that'd be pretty cool. Of course, no brainer. We could have Doctor Doom. We could have forgive me for my pronunciation, Modoc or whatever. I'm more of a DC fanboy in terms of like the lore. We could have again crossovered with other characters. You could have, you know, and this could play full circle, like the references. We could play full circle. Throw Spider-Man in there with the little bag on his head as one of the skins from Insomniac Games. It's just like an homage, playing full circle. The skins we can do is we can do like the ultimate version of Fantastic Four. We can do the movie version of Fantastic Four. We can do, well, watch out, depending on the movie version of Fantastic Four, because we can't have them all. We honestly, there's a lot of things we could do. Man, I'm sounding French with a lot of we's. Wow. There's a lot of things we could do with Fantastic Four, to be honest. Another game we could do in the future is, I know Insomniac Games is doing Wolverine, and I'm excited for that. I really am. I don't really care about who voices Wolverine, because I feel like that's it could be easily solved. It doesn't have to be someone that tries to act like Hugh Jackman. It could simply be the same guy who voices Wolverine in like most cartoons of X-Men. That would be dope. But I'll be honest. The game that I wanted to actually bring up was I don't understand why we don't have a perfect Hulk game. I mean, you're probably wondering like, with Hulk, how hard? I mean, like how can we pull that off? It's just a big dude picking up stuff, slamming stuff. That's fine. I get it. It's a little hard for that. But it doesn't have to be city-based. It could be oh my gosh, my character got smacked. I didn't realize how kind of iffy this footage was for this particular level. But it doesn't have to be like here, you know. Hulk has done so much in its, you know, in its comic history. You can take him into like an Avenger level threat type of thing. you know, like Planet Hulk this thing. Not, it doesn't have to be Planet Hulk, but what I'm saying is Hulk has had comics where it's just a one-man army situation against other super villains. You can throw in the Mandarin, you can throw in Abomination, you can throw in Ultron if you really want. But I don't know. That's that for Hulk. I mean, it doesn't have to be, and also it doesn't have to be an open world Hulk. I mean, I guess if you don't want to like gas out your like resources and stuff like that, like trying to make a game like that, you don't have to like do it open world Hulk. It really doesn't have to be open world. So it is what it is for that one. A game that I would like. Now we have Spider-Man. I get it, but I would like to see a Scarlet Spider game. I really do. I think we should also have a Doctor Strange game. Doctor Strange would be awesome. Honestly, I'm being serious, and this goes as well with Ghost Rider. The formula, or what I'm about to say, we could literally have just Doctor Strange go to different dimensions or galactic level threat where it requires his, you know, sorcery to take out these demonic creatures or whatever you want to call it, or other sorcerers type of things. We can do that just like we can do Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider can take on. Wow, that is my there's my father in the back. If you hear that, but Ghost Rider can take on other demons. Ghost Rider can also take on regular, you know, Marvel villains. You could also do some stuff like, you know how in Batman you can interrogate people, and honestly, it's not really interrogation. You just grab them, a couple dialogues here and there, and then it's over. Move on to the next. We could have missions like that where we have to find evidence or interrogate someone to get the answer, and it could literally be Ghost Rider going up to dudes and looking them in the eyes and, you know, absorbing their soul and stuff like that. We can do that. I mean, that'd be pretty awesome. I don't know. I feel like to make a Ghost Rider game, it would have to be rated M for mature. That's just my opinion. It would have to. I think Hulk doesn't have to. Doctor Strange, I don't think has to. But I think Ghost Rider for sure has to be rated M for mature. I just feel like that's the only way you're gonna do service to that game. Let me see. But right now, I think that's the only thing. I'm gonna make a follow-up to this video with one of my friends. I don't know when I'll do it. I'd have to set up a schedule with them, but I'd like to make up a video similar to this. We'll discuss video games in general, Marvel and DC, of heroes we would like to see and how we would approach them. Because I do believe that some of these games, like, it's insane how we don't have them yet. You know, we were talking about a Batman Beyond game not that long ago, and we had like ideas for it and stuff like that. And I'm gonna see if I can get my friend on board with this video and do an update, you know. Also, I want to make an announcement to my community real quick. I have like one more video on the horizon with this, you know, mic, but we'll be back to regular schedules next week. It's just it's finals week, and I have like a lot of classes to kind of prepare for. I got a couple exams, full-blown essays, projects, and then I got work, and then I just have a lot on my plate this week. And once I have that resolved, then, you know, it's back to regular schedules from here on. So I just want to make sure I mention that to you guys. So if my upload schedule is a little inconsistent, because my goal is to have 3 videos a week. Last week I was only able to hit 2. So here I think I'm only going to be able to hit 2, maybe 3, but most likely 2. But from here on out it's going to be 3 videos. And yeah, so if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, follow me on all social media, and until the next one.